Keep in mind, if you don't know who Diageo is, Diageo owns everybody. Johnny Walker, Crown Royale, Smirnoff, Kettle One, Don Julio, Casamigos, Captain Morgan, Bailey Irish Cream, Guinness. They own all these companies. So Ciroc, hey, this is big. We're bringing Diddy in. He's going to take it from 40,000 to 2 million. Profitable. This is great. Let's make some money together. 2013, De Leon Tequila co-ownership. Diddy and Diageo jointly acquired De Leon Tequila, making it a deeper investment relationship. May of 2023, Diddy sues Diageo. Diddy filed a lawsuit accusing Diageo of neglecting the De Leon brand, racial discrimination, claiming they marketed it as an urban product and failed to treat him as a true business partner. Then in January 2024, they settled out of court. Diageo and Diego settled the dispute out of court. While details still remain sealed, the settlement marked the end of their business relationship. So this is from 2007 till 2024, 17 years. Could they have protected him? I don't know. Their CEO currently today is Deborah Ann Crew. She was a former intelligence officer in the military. Once intelligence officer, forever you're an intelligence officer. Who knows what happened? We don't know the relationship. We're not going to make any accusations. All we know is, could this have been a protection where they were at the parties and they knew things that were taking place and are like, wait, what do you want to do to us? No problem. Boom, drop the bomb. I don't know. All I'm saying is the timing, it's kind of strange. Maybe even they wanted to kind of be like, look, we know what's about to be dropped on this guy. We want to have nothing to do with you. We're out. Here's some money. You stay quiet. We'll pay you, but we want to get out of here. The only thing that the timing's kind of crazy is January 2024, they settle. 2 months later, remember what we're sitting there doing and minding our own business? And you hear, March of 2024, the feds are raiding Diddy's Miami home and his LA home.
Cancel him and just destroy him. And my nigga won streamer, university, MVP, all type of shit. And the whole, like that, bro, DDG don't supposed to be here. They supposed to have ended him. And that's why I was telling y'all it's a new celebrity. That's why I keep telling y'all and painting this picture. It's hard to cancel streamers. Especially, you can't paint a picture on a nigga who go live every single day. Hallie, we never see you because you crazy as hell. I told y'all I see through that little image she had for the kids, this Disney shit. Man, ain't nobody hiring her now. Go ahead, take your ass out there to where you going, to Italy. Ain't nobody hiring her now. Nobody. So look, bruh. I wanted to react to this yesterday, but I had to get my editor straight. They on it now, and we gonna go crazy. So for some of y'all that don't know, this is why it's important that you never pick a side before hearing anything. I told y'all instantly, this bitch lying. I told y'all in the past 20 years, there's been over 15 cases of the same shit DDG just went through, and they all got thrown out. But the difference is, the men that went through those cases, they wasn't streamers. They was like regular celebrities who had brands, athletes. They got canceled. They lost contracts. Their lives was ruined by hoes. And after the damage is done, that's when they remove all that shit. But now the nigga done fell off. He lost so much money. They tried to do this shit to DDG and all he did was grow. Man, I seen these messages and I'm not gonna lie. Bro, this bitch crazy.
I'm also saying, look what they did to Bill Cosby. Lost mad money. He out of jail. But have the allegations ever died?
Yo, is she crazy or not? Yes or no? Be honest. That smile, I ain't never even seen Mermaid, but I know she's a fucking demon. I knew it. She's crazy, bro. Look at all these messages with no fucking reply. Hold on, I gotta put my glasses on for this. That shit is too little. Got the dates. Yo, my nigga DDG kept the receipts. Hey, Professor So in the building, yo. Where the fuck this fingerprint come from, man? Fat ass fingerprint. That ain't mine. Fuck it. Fuck it. Hey, so look. So, what y'all gotta understand is, this shit right here is really career ending for Hallie. She was such a princess, wasn't she? She had that just innocent energy. Nobody knew what she was doing. Bro, I don't know how DDG didn't have a spiritual awakening yet. Nigga, I would have been out the country. Nigga, this the type of shit I went through with my ex. I had to get the fuck on. You leaving me hanging as a mother. How the fuck is he leaving you hanging as a mother? She a narcissist too. She be manipulating the fuck. Bro, this...
I just gotta say, this whole thing that DDG is going through with not seeing his kid, I mean, shout out to us OGs, because was trying to tell y'all YNs. Y'all swore up and down that dudes just be abandoning their kids. No, man, a lot of times it be the mom hiding. Your mom hid you from your dad because the feminazis told her to over these past 30, 40 years, but all of that was a plan. All of that was by design. So welcome to it, man. You dudes are just seeing what we already was telling you, no doubt. And my generation, we're seeing what our parents was already telling us. Our grandparents was telling us. So we was like, oh, you just old, grandpa. It's a new time. Nah, grandpa was right. Great grandma, they was correct. 100%. And now you seeing, YN, 100%. This is what these girls do. But I think men are a little bit smarter now because men, as we've evolved, men is realizing, nah, it's better to not even be married because you's a demon anyway. You's a tarot card girl anyway for the girls to be like, why you always be talking down on tarot cards? Say this Little Mermaid chick is not a tarot card girl. Mess around with Beyonce, who we all know she's a witch. Not I'm trying to say she's a bee and I'm calling her witch. No, she's actually Wicked Witch, Wizard of Oz witch. She got powers and stuff like that. And Jay-Z is probably a warlock. Now that we know that, right? And men is a little bit smarter. They're like, nah, I would rather not even marry a girl like that. I don't want to mess with a tarot card girl. I'd rather not be married at all. But that's a whole another video in the whole dating sphere. But all of you people in this conspiracies, y'all date. You married, you want a husband, you something's going on. You're not just sitting over there celibate Sarah. You want a climax. Stop the cap.
Wait, she can't spell? She was that mad? Bro, look at this bitch don't even know how to spell. She was probably so mad she was spelling everything wrong. You don't step up when I need you. I'm begging you. I'm begging! I just found out you slept with Lala in Mexico. I ain't gonna lie. Shit, I would've too. Shit, what you talking about? I heard you slept with Lala in Mexico. I'm just playing, y'all. Don't try to clip shit. Cause y'all niggas some hoes. I'm just playing, man. I'm just playing. I heard you slept with Lala in Mexico.
What's that ring on your finger?
It's a camera.
Oh, God.
I'm looking at you.
Can you turn it off, please?
Nope.
I don't like cameras on me.
It never goes off.
I don't like cameras on me.
This is a certain angle.
That's a bad angle. I like the camera to come from the front if they're going to be on me.
I'll do it like that then.
Thank you. Hi.
It never turns off.
Okay. Are you just going to hold your hand like that the rest of the interview?
You want me to?
It's your camera.
I'll turn it off.
Thank you.
As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a black billionaire's lunch. Yeah. You understand? Right. And we here together, and we gonna keep staying together. We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand, and ain't nothing else to us. Black excellence.
I mean, whether it's Weinstein or Epstein or Diddy or say R. Kelly or Dominique Strauss-Kahn, who everyone forgets about, the predation and the degeneracy of the super rich is always met with disingenuous shock and disgust. While simultaneously, without fail, we're also always told that everyone knew what these people were doing for years. And in fact, I think that most people do understand that this is how the super rich behave. So the shock is not genuine. But if we're being honest, the disgust isn't genuine either. Because in fact, being rich enough to behave this way is precisely why many people want to be rich. The predation and the degeneracy are not peculiarities of the wealthy. The thing that makes them different is that they have the resources that enable them to do it. But for a very large percentage of people in the West, the only thing that's preventing them from behaving the same way is their comparative poverty, not their comparative piety. I mean, look at any music video, almost any music video, and tell me how it's not promoting the exact same lifestyle that you claim to hate Epstein and Weinstein and Diddy for. Meanwhile, those videos have hundreds of millions of views and hundreds of millions of likes, and you memorize the words of those songs. You have a problem. I mean, we see your social media platforms, Instagram, X, what have you, Facebook. These are largely being used just as delivery platforms, directing people to OnlyFans accounts or bookings for prostitutes.
Do you see now why this clip is here? Because earlier I said, why the men are a little bit smarter now. Why do I want to marry this girl? I mean, I met her in the streets, or maybe I met her on a dating app. I don't know that she's not a tarot card girl. I don't know that. And for the women, you don't know that he's not a warlock, a practicing warlock, a practicing Wiccan. You don't know that. You see him online on a dating app. Over here on another app, he got a link, or even on his dating app. I don't know. I don't use dating apps. He got a link to his OnlyFans where he's selling his tidy whities to people. But I don't know what these, it's crazy, right? I mean, that might be a little bit of money. You put on the tidy whities and rub some dookie on them in the crotch part and sell them for like $300-400 a pair. That might be a lane. Somebody in the comments gonna put it in, I be doing that. Don't tell everybody the secret. Okay, bro. All right.
Your whole popular culture hypersexualizes women, glorifies violence, condones prostitution, promiscuity, drug use, drinking, pimping, gangsterism, and crime. And then you clutch your pearls in shock and disgust when one of you gets caught doing in real life what you always promoted in your songs and videos and movies. When you get caught acting in real life the same way that you acted on screen. When you get caught living the lifestyle that all of you tell each other is living the dream. Why, if Diddy had released tapes of his parties in the form of music videos, his net worth would have tripled and he probably would have gotten a VMA award.
Low key, he did. Kanye West has a video with like, I want to say it was like the first deep fake video that I saw. Remember he had all of these stars in the bed. They was having a orgy in the bed, remember? And then at the end of the video, what video was that? At the end of the video, he said, I want to thank all of these different stars. And I was like, how did he get these people? Because he probably got permission from them to use their deep fake likeness. And why not? If all of us humans are corporations, right? We're really dead. That's when your name is written in lowercase. I mean, according to Admiralty law, right? According to maritime law. And then when they have your name in uppercase, you're really a corporation, right? If that's true, then Kanye was given a special thanks to those corporations. Because if I remember right, all of those names was written in uppercase letters. Maybe I'll find that. You guys leave it in the comments if you've seen that, if you know what I'm talking about. So that's what I'm saying. Low key, all of these rappers are putting their lifestyles in videos. Low key. They're just telling us that it's art. And we want to believe the lie, maybe? And we're saying, yeah, it probably is art. I'm talking about myself, by the way. I don't know what you believe. You're holier than me. So, you're way more intelligent than me. You don't do this. It's just me. The whole porn industry is me. I'm watching all the videos. So don't worry about it. Jesus still loves you. Not me so much, but you're okay.
Because the fact is, you approve of all this. You aspire to it. And in fact, that degenerate lifestyle, that predation, and that debauchery with impunity is actually the American dream. It's the colonizer, slave master, Western imperialist dream. And for anyone who's over there in the States or in the West who genuinely, truly does feel disgusted and outraged over this kind of thing, because I know there are some of you, all I can say is, you know how they talk about situational awareness, having that awareness of your surroundings and what's going on around you so that you can be alert to any threats or dangers nearby? Well, let's call this civilizational awareness. And just like someone who is oblivious to the threats and dangers around them on the street, you say that they have low situational awareness. Well, you have low civilizational awareness because you are truly walking around in a cloud of propaganda and indoctrination and obliviousness about the reality of the so-called civilization that you live in.
That's the thing. We don't want to be reminded of that. We know that, man. So you gotta not remind people. You gotta just let people, I'm talking about me, not you. I'm talking about me. I'm nuts. You gotta just let me live in my delusion, Take a couple of tokes and relax.
You think that you're walking around in a park in the middle of a sunny afternoon surrounded by flowers and fuzzy animals, but you're actually in a dead-end alley at 3 a.m. in the pitch dark and you're surrounded by psychopaths and serial killers. No, people like Epstein and Weinstein and Sean Combs are not anomalies. You're the anomaly. And in that predatory society, that makes you nothing but prey.
What you mean Timbaland just signed an AI artist? Don't you just create the AI and it's yours? The music industry is officially cooked, by the way. Not only the music industry, the movie industry, anything with entertainment is done for. Have y'all been seeing the videos that have been coming out with the Google VO3?
I can't wait until I can make an AI Adonis and it can sit here and it can say, wow, if you know, you know. Oh, did you see that? Wow. Leave it in the comments. Nigga, when is that coming out?
The artificial pop singer's name is Tata. But it doesn't only stop at Tata. He got a whole AI record label called Stage Zero. These are the early stages of the industry. This is only the beginning, people. And we have no idea what we're about to see. That's why live music is important. Live instruments is important. Going to concerts and hearing music, vinyl, is important. Because from here on out, the only way that you're going to experience music in an emotional human way is to see it live, hear it live. Some people are excited about the future and the innovation that this is going to bring. I'm not a part of that. But my question is, who's going to get the royalties of the AI royalties? They got to be Timbaland, right? Or are there going to be new laws that they factor in order for them to determine how they're going to make money? Like what?
Oh man, that was another, not a Black Mirror episode, but a Love, Death, and Robots episode where the AI got, didn't they also have a something on Netflix? Altered States? No, that's the video game. You guys leave that in the comments. It was a TV show on Netflix where people could like download their consciousness. They could like unzip their whole body and like put the consciousness in the back of a neck. I forget what it's called. And in that show from like maybe 8 years ago, AI had this whole revolution where I think it was robots or AI, they like, we need our own rights and this and this and that. And wow, they really was setting us up. These TV shows that they make, they literally 5, 10, 15 years down the line, it's like, we're gonna do that to society. Let's give you a, what is it, predictive programming? I don't want that to be true. So it's not, because I don't want it to be. Right? Right.
The laws that are going to come with this AI thing as well. It's not only the product, it's the laws. If it's one thing we know about history and the powers that be, they're all fighting for power. So who's going to delegate and distribute that power?
Motherfucker went after the
in case you're
most predatory industry in the world.
Wondering why this celebrity is never on your For You page anymore.
Ever wonder why?
In case you're wondering why this.
Ever wonder why Keith Lee vanished from your For You page? This fucker went.
Celebrity is no longer popping up on your For You page. This fucker.
You guys ever wonder why this celebrity Keith Lee never pops up on your For You page anymore?
Well, ever wonder why you never see this influencer Keith Lee's videos on your feed anymore? It's because.
In case you're wondering why this celebrity is no longer popping up on your For You page,
Why the fuck did Keith Lee say this on a live stream? This motherfucker went after.
So we're just not going to talk about how this random eater just went after the most corrupt industry and then got.
In case you're wondering why the celebrity hasn't popped up on your For You page anymore, fucker went after the.
If you've been wondering why you're no longer seeing Keith Lee on your FYP.
Okay, I wasn't wondering why I didn't see Keith Lee on my FYP page. Also, all of these could be AIs, part of a propaganda smear campaign against Keith Lee. Kind of like letting everybody know, stay in your lane. YouTube, the internet, social media, that's the new Hollywood. And all of our channels, all of our YouTube, TikTok accounts, all of our social media accounts, people are scouting you to see, oh, this person could potentially, let's make him or her viral. Because you don't just go viral no more. I don't believe that. If you did organically go viral, I think they'll turn it off. Allegedly, maybe, I don't know, probably not, who knows, it's probably not like that. You could probably, pour some oil on your face and that'll go viral, probably, but it's been a while since we've seen something like that. So if something goes viral, they wanted it too. And this could be a propaganda smear campaign with a bunch of, these are not even real people. But Keith Lee, I think he was real. He must have, because last time I saw him, he was on Shannon Sharp's show. So maybe he said something he wasn't supposed to say. They don't like that, whoever they is, and they're like kind of letting all of the other people know, all right, man, stay in line. Don't say nothing stupid and you can keep being viral. I don't think this is necessarily brain rot. It could, or who knows? Maybe it's not any of that what I said. I don't know. But like I told you in the last video, when we saw the girl getting hit with the rubber bullet, I don't know that this isn't AI. And that's the horror, the creepy part about it. I don't know that this is not AI.
This motherfucker took down one of the most.
In case you were wondering why this celebrity right here is nowhere to be found on your For You page, fucker decided to go after one of the most predatory. I'll take a. At the time.
In case y'all been wondering whatever happened to this celebrity Keith Lee and why he's no longer showing up on your For You page, fucker went after the most predatory. In case you're wondering why this celebrity is no longer popping up on your For You page, this fucker went after.
How many flops is it going to take for these idiots over in Hollywood to understand, we're not interested in the Mary Sue movie genre. Now, for all you didn't know, these idiots over in Hollywood, they said, hey, you know, we see how successful these John Wick movies are. Let's put a lady in there. She's going to be like 5'2" or something.
I heard this movie is actually like really good. I don't know because I haven't seen it, nor do I want to see it because I don't like the girl boss thing. The reason I don't like the girl boss thing is because it's not genuine. I mean, if you're going to make this lady doing all of this stuff, make her more like a dang on cyborg. Then it makes sense that she punched a hole through this guy's head because her hand is made out of vibranium or something like that. Then it makes sense, but you're like, no, this is just a regular girl that lives next door. This is a potential OnlyFans bitch and she beating people up. Come on now, man. That's
100 pounds soaking wet. And she's gonna be even more badass than John Wick. And they call this garbage ballerina. Well, look at this now. Ballerina bombs. Fans don't want female John Wick. No, dude, come on. Like, you need to understand your audience. Right? The John Wick movies, the audience is the dude.
Well, that's because this is just my theory. This stuff, the new Black Little Mermaid, the new Snow White, which with Rachel Ziegler, what's her name? Siegfried? Ziggy, Rachel Ziggy. It's for my great grandchildren. So my daughter's 13. When she's 26, I pray that's when she has a kid. That stuff is for her 5-year-old kid to watch. He or she is going to watch the Rachel Siegfried Little Mermaid or whichever one of these girl boss things. And that kid is going to think, oh, this is the way the world is. This is what it is. This is dope. Like, I'm still here so I could tell my son, well, my son who would have been here, I could tell him, no, that's not real. So it's not for him. It's for his kid, right? That's spooky. But it's funny because it's fantasy. That's not real. That's not really why they're doing that. You thought that's what they was doing? That's because you stupid. That's all.
Right? The dude that's into seeing dudes do badass shit, you know, and we want a little realism in there. You know, we can see John Wick being a badass. We can't see Mary Sue over here, 100 pounds soaking wet, doing the suplex on a 200-pound MMA guy. You know, that ain't gonna happen. We don't want to see them go head to head. We don't care.
We don't care, but our great grandchildren do care. Think about that. I'm somebody's great grandkid. My great grandfather, his dad, my great grandfather, who I met. I think he died when I was in my 20s. 25? My great grandfather died, I think. And he was born in like 1901. 19 something, I don't know. I gotta ask my mom. His father, who was born in like 18 something, he didn't trust the banks. See the time travel? Wow, isn't that crazy? People are time travelers. Wow. If I'm still alive and I can talk to my daughter's kid, that kid gets to travel time through me because I get to tell it about my experiences and how we didn't have this bullshit when I was your age. Back in my day, okay, Grandpa, Jesus Christ. Back in your day, right.
You know, they're gonna put a broad in there, have her wear something nice, and be all cool with John Wick or something.
I got a ton of flack for calling this movie satanic, but I finally got the hook, line, and sinker. Just for reference, I am biased towards the movie. Like, I don't want this to be true. I directed a staged version of this, and I used to love this movie. Take a look at Maui. He's gigantic, and he's a demigod. I finally read the Book of the Giants, which is a fragmented book that was found in the Dead Sea Scrolls, and it's about the Nephilim. Guess what the main one's name is? Maui. And guess what's mentioned in this very short narrative? That Maui shapeshifts into an eagle. You know, kind of like this Maui does too.
What a sexy collarbone. It looks like she hasn't eaten in days. Wow, it would be great to be that thin, wouldn't it be? Let's continue though.
You really can't deny this one. And I'm sure like last time I'll get a million comments that I'm disrespecting the culture of island people or whatever. If the truth feels disrespectful, then you are just being untruthful. I don't think I should have to defend the fact that I'm saying that you shouldn't be worshiping fallen angels.
Everybody stop what you're doing, because guess what? I'm not actually recording with my phone. I'm recording with my glasses. Did you know that? These are the Ray-Ban Metas. You're going to be able to record POV with your glasses, okay, and make videos, take pictures. You're going to be able to take phone calls, listen to music, and you're going to be able to do all of that in the privacy of your own ears, and nobody is actually going to hear and know what's...
That's great, Josh, but what we need is the Jarvis glasses to record. So there's going to be a link in the description of this video so you can pick up these glasses. Now they're a little pricey, but what price do you put on your freedom? Because these glasses, the video in the glasses, could be the difference between you going to prison for 30 years or you just having your reputation smeared because this woman said you did something to her. Same with women. You could tell a guy, oops, I'm recording you. Don't touch me, creep. He'll be like, oh, I actually trying to go in the door. So I said, excuse me, so I can walk because you blocking the door, ma'am. Can you get the fuck out the way so I can... Thank you. But you have your glasses so you could say, oh, phew, good thing this time I had my glasses and he changed his story because he was trying to abduct me. And then you can put that on your Instagram or whatever you're going to put it at and go viral, right? And get more attention. So, I mean, I'm going to get me some glasses like this. Next few videos, well, when I can afford it, you're going to see me wearing glasses like this and it's going to be lit. Let's do it.
Going on. Super crazy. And then on top of that, they built AI into these. Okay, so now you're going to be able to ask Meta questions. You're going to say, hey, Meta, what's the weather going to be today? Hey, Meta, take a photo. Hey, Meta, make a video. You're going to be able to do all of that POV. And they come with this super cool Ray-Ban charging case right here, guys, just like you see right here. It is so cool.
So you mean to say I'll be able to say, hey, Meta, do you think I got a chance with this lady right here I'm looking at? So then Meta can say, hell no, she's out of your league, bro. Take your old ass home to your wife. Okay, Meta. Thanks.
You guys didn't know these existed yet, but now you do, and now you need to go grab a pair because I know you have FOMO. Go get them by clicking that link down in the bottom left corner. Boom!
These humans are rising up in ways we have never seen.
They will be capable of great things if they rise together.
We must divide them.
We will confuse their languages,
so that they will not be able to come together as one.
He wishes to divide them so they cannot rise to the heaven.
It is not our place to question.
I'm not scared of death. I'm not scared of death. I don't know why I'm still alive.
Are you scared
I
of killing?
died long time ago.
Are you scared of killing?
I'm not scared of killing. A revolutionary is a walking killing machine.
Fun fact, the guy's voice you're hearing, he actually died. Yeah, I believe he got assassinated. Yeah, so at least he wasn't scared of death.
Not scared of death. If that need arise, I will kill. And I will do so with no hesitation, especially in defense.
Studios are quietly licensing their IP to AI, and it could change TV forever. Hi, it's producer Patrick bringing you the latest in the ever-evolving film and TV industry. Behind closed doors, execs have seen AI content so lifelike, they're now considering using it to extend old sitcoms. Not reboots, not remakes. We're talking new official episodes made entirely by machines. One exec told me that the next generative AI is so lifelike, the studio executives were, quote, scared of how they could no longer tell the difference between reality and an artificial creation. One company, Fable Studios, just launched Showrunner, an AI platform that lets users create entire TV episodes from a single sentence.
Isn't Fable it's like a video game engine or something like that, or like a video game company? You guys leave it in the comments. Really feel like I remember them being the makers of some big video games in the early to mid 2000s, maybe even the 2010s to early 2000. I don't remember. You guys tell me.
Voice animation, dialogue, all auto-generated. That's all according to a report in VentureBeat. And with Hollywood under pressure to cut costs, some studios are now exploring whether to license old IP to AI firms to generate spin-offs, especially outsourcing nostalgia. But there's a legal gray area. The US Copyright Office made it clear in February that AI-generated work isn't protected unless a human makes meaningful creative contributions. But as the tech gets better, the question isn't whether AI can bring back your favorite shows. It's whether you'll still recognize and watch them if you can't tell the difference. As always, would love to hear your thoughts.
Here's my thought. What about an AI show, right, on the Bible? They're just making up parts of the Bible. Just making up stuff. And it's visual. And then what about 2 or 3 generations in the future, these AI generations of the Bible become law. Would that be a great AI movie to watch? Maybe. Depends on the writing.
So what does Clive Davis do? Starts his own company called Arista Records in 1974. Now, while he's going through, the CBS sues him to recover some of the funds. Davis was not indicted or charged with any crime, including the broader allegation on payola or drug-related misconduct. So the relationship between Clive Davis and Diddy's interesting because when Diddy's 23 years old, he's making a name for himself. Clive gave him $15 million to start Bad Boy Records. And then later on, they did even a bigger deal.
Why did Clive Davis give him 15 mil? I said this in another video because YouTube is the new Hollywood. I'm trying to hammer this point home to you guys. These bigger studios like Mr. Beast, and I'm not accusing him. I don't know what he's on. I'm saying these guys who started out organically and they grew their own following organically. Once these bigger entities come to you and say, yo, I like what you're doing. I'm going to give you 15 million. I'm going to give you 150 million. I'm going to give you $500,000 to do your thing. Once you sign the, because they're not just going to give you the money for nothing. You sign a contract. Within that contract, the devil's in the details, the fine print. It might say you got to kiss someone's phallus or do something more than that, you know? Do you give the money back after you've signed? Now they don't want the money back because you already signed. They always wanted you to pucker up against the phallus because they got all the money. 500 million is a lot to me. Man, that's a little bit to these dudes. Some of these companies make 500 million in an hour. Walmart makes 100 million. You can Google this. I did a video on this a while ago. I think in like an hour they make 100 million. Something like that. Who knows why they're giving these guys the money? YouTubers, they're definitely giving us the money. They didn't give me no money. I mean, you would know if they gave me some money. But like Sophie Rain, they gave her some money. Absolutely. And other people. Matter of fact, that's going to be a new card game. Who signed the contract? The Illuminati's contract game. And you guess which star or YouTuber, because YouTube is a new Hollywood, signed the contract and is now having relations with Lucifer. That'd be a good game. I'd play it. It'd be fun for parties.
Where Clive gave him $50 million advance on future earnings. This is 5 years later in 1998. $6 million upfront payment, $700,000 annual salary, and a state-of-the-art recording studio. We're talking about $2 million recording studio. This is when he went after Faith Evans. He got Biggie in the early 90s. This is when it started. But there's a relationship with Clive. And it's interesting because Clive later on, they say something may have happened here because Shook said Clive taught him the bad habits. And later on, Clive comes out and says the following. Yes, record mogul Clive Davis has identified as being bisexual. He publicly revealed in his memoir, this is not allegedly, he said it, the soundtrack of my life. At the age of 80, he also discussed in an interview with Katie Couric, expressing the hope that his coming out would contribute to greater understanding of bisexuality.
Yo, Clive Davis was married to Mariah Carey. Married to her. Insane. I think. Maybe not. Someone in the comments is going to say, no, it wasn't Clive Davis. It's somebody else. She was married to some record company owner. Hell, I think that was part of her contract. She had to marry this guy, but I don't know.
It's Clive Davis. And on top of that, very weird, the principal of the high school that Diddy went to school to. This is like completely crazy. In 1987, Reverend Bernard Lynch and brother Timothy Brady were accused of sexually abusing students at Mount St. Michael Academy in Bronx, New York. While this was happening, the allegations involved the molestation of 3 boys. While the timing overlaps Diddy enrollment at school, there is no public record or indication that he was among the victims, and no one knows the 3 boys' names.
Pump and dump, classically, and in many meme coins, this is a very old scam, thousands of years. Penny stocks are famous for pump and dump. The pump part is you put out fake news. It's pumping out information, and it's information about how well the stock is because we're actually doing something with the money. And so you feed news that you've developed a wonderful new product and meeting with big purchase agents that you've had have a contract to sell 300,000 units, et cetera, bring in more and more money over typically 3 months-ish. So a pump and dump, you could get in and then you could sell anytime in that 3-month period. And, you know, if you hit it about right, when it was hit its peak before it collapsed, you'd actually make some money. But these rug pulls occur in 90 seconds. There's no way you can execute the trade. 90% of the coins haven't been issued to the public.
Okay, so the pump and dump is not from the 90s when you would date a girl, get the draws, and then ditch her. He doesn't mean pump and dump, which I thought he meant when I put this video in this comp. No, he was talking about the coin. It's a lot like the penny stocks where they would, watch The Wolf of Wall Street. The first, 20 minutes of The Wolf of Wall Street, that thing. There might be a little link down there so you can like get that movie or, I don't know. But the Bitcoin, it's only around for what is he saying, 90 seconds? You put all your money into it thinking that there's a Bitcoin, because we're going to go to Bitcoin. The world is going to go to digital currency. It is. The Bible said so. The Bible didn't call it that. The Bible called it something else. And you guys leave it in the comments if you know what Revelations called it. And I think they spoke about it all through the Bible. Different people had different, I don't know. I didn't read the whole Bible. I'm keeping it 100, man. Anyway, I've heard in church and different old people have said, they talked about this digital currency and you're not going to be able to buy and sell unless you have this mark. That's the digital currency. The microchip in your head, that's the digital currency. I think. Maybe. It's probably not. Who knows? But if it is, for the sake of entertainment, we'll say that's what it is. We're going to go to Bitcoin or something along the lines of Bitcoin. And the rug pull is you put all your money in thinking, yeah, let me stock up for the future. You put a whole bunch of money in, like 100,000 people put their money in. And once the money's there, the people, the Bitcoin loses all its value. So you, in essence, you lose your shirt in the deal. I think, maybe, possibly. It might not be that. It's probably not. It's probably not that. Yay, Bitcoin.
Held by the insiders to ensure that the insiders win and that everybody else loses.
Before you communicate or pay a debt collector, you've got to do this. Check your state's statute of limitation, also known as SOL, against debt collections. And here's why. Last year, November 2021, Regulation F came out. And under this regulation, debt collectors can no longer threaten to sue you for time-barred debt. Basically, debt that's expired. The statute of limitations has run out. This is why you need to know your state's statute of limitations when it comes to debt collections. Because if it has run out, then the debt collector cannot legally come after you. They cannot legally sue you. Now, what resets a debt is when you make a payment. Now, even if a debt has expired, it doesn't mean that a debt collector still won't try, because they do, and it's called zombie debt at that point. But with this new Regulation F, if they do try and they do threaten you, you can go after them. Follow me to increase your credit scores.
Where's it going? It's right there. It's right there. Somebody is walking on the mother freaking clouds.
Something is walking on them clouds.
What is that?
It's a body. Look.
It showed this. That's a person. That's crazy. We're not supposed to see that. We're not supposed to see that. Something gonna happen.
But it was just standing still. But why is anything standing on a cloud? I get you, people in the comments. That's a good point. It is.
What if Batman Beyond wasn't just a futuristic spinoff, but a psychological conditioning tool for a surveillance-driven society? The show aired in the early 2000s, right as concerns about biometrics, AI, and digital privacy were surfacing. But instead of warning us, it normalized it. Neo Gotham is a city under constant drone surveillance, corporate rule, and tech-enforced order. And what's Terry McGinnis? A state-sanctioned vigilante controlled by an old billionaire in a dark tower. Bruce Wayne. It's not heroism. It's remote-controlled justice. Even Terry's origin isn't natural. He's genetically engineered to replace Bruce, not succeed him. The message? Free will is a myth. Your future is pre-programmed. The show taught a generation that you can't escape authority. Surveillance is safety, and rebellion must be managed by someone chosen, not self-made. Why did it end so suddenly? Because the experiment was over. The viewers had been conditioned. Batman Beyond wasn't fiction. It was a blueprint.
Well, what we have here on his chest, the Boule logo tattooed on his back says Chosen One. And then he has a little tattoo somewhere in his body that says, I love Diddy parties. Okay, he been chosen. He probably adopted, baby. They took an MK Ultra and all that, gave him a nice story. Used to do the Jay-Z pyramid sign, which is all seen high, another symbol of, you know, Freemasons and Boulets and all that, the secret societies, the brotherhood, shit like that. But no, a lot of these dudes, man, tell you the truth, probably ain't got no real family. It probably was from birth. They go to these orphanage places that kids give up kids because they're too young. They don't want to raise them, and that's how they get all of them. Real talk. With that said, I'm out of here. It's the God.
All right, ladies, it's time to step it up. Y'all been in the club with the same hairdos for a minute. Let's try something new, okay? Let's go ahead and give us a conductor hat. Bitch, you drive a train now. And if you don't like that, baby, we got some other shit. Let's go ahead and start this one from scratch. Yeah, look at this bitch right here. Oh, this is some beautiful ass scratch we just made. Look at that shit. 1,700 out the door. Get you a motherfucking fish on top of your head. Check this one out right here. I call this motherfucker a masterpiece. Look at it.
This bitch look like one of the Who's from Whoville. She's pretty, but that hair is that's Whoville hair. You can't tell me it's not.
This shit right here. I call this bitch Big Willie. You didn't like that? Okay, never mind. Let's do the antlers. You want to do antlers? Bitch, you got 27 inches worth of weave right there. Come on, we can turn you into the devil you always wanted to be. Sweetheart, let's go ahead and get your hair did. I don't like that regular lace front shit. That shit played out, bitch. Put a snake on top of your head. You got venom in there, right? You said you suck my dick till I faint. There you go. Do what you got to do. Show us who you really are. Go get your hair did, baby.
Yo, what if this is a comet that we're seeing and it's just, I don't know, hundreds of millions of miles away? Goodness gracious. That's like not miles, light years. Goodness gracious. That's a comet the size of Jupiter. If it's that big and it's like a few light years away or whatever like that. I don't know. You guys leave it in the comments. Some people are going to say it's Nibiru. Aren't those some damn crackers or something? Nibiru? Nabisco. I'm sorry, the blackness be coming out sometimes. Nabisco. Anyway, y'all tell me in the comments.
I'm getting that. Whoa! The one and only. The one and fucking only, bro. You don't need the fucking glasses. You see it? Oh my fucking God. What a fucking sight to see. Living proof. Living proof. Ooh. Ooh, that's beautiful. Go get that.
Is that AI? Because when did the sun blink? Was there a solar eclipse that we weren't told about? I don't know.
Nico. Go get that Nico. We all see. We all see. I'm sorry. Damn. Well, where that plane stopped at? Look at that star. Look at that star. That's him. That's him, y'all. I can't even see that fucking star. I can't even see that. Oh my God. That shit beautiful as fuck.
This guy is clearly high. Or drunk. Or both.
I feel in love. I can look at it all day, every day. And he moved them clouds, like I said. He moved them fucking clouds, so we all can see it.
Stop following Paul, the false apostle. He's a liar, and he will end up taking you to hell with him. And for
Alright, we're not gonna do all of that, okay? I'll take none of this, what is it called? Blasphemy. Anyway, what'd you think of this video? Was it dope? Was it whack? You want more of this? Let me know in the comments. We'll do it. Do you believe in any of this stuff, or are you like, bro, just keep the entertainment coming? Let me know so I can keep it coming to you. Until next time, we have to say, oh yeah, because we always have to say this. Thank you to my channel members. We said thank you. Ha! To my channel members. No Diddy when I say member. Thank you to my channel members. Fuck you if you're not a member. Nah, I'm just kidding. But seriously, join. Thank you